Hello everyone, welcome to the garage, and it's a good day today because it's new dirt jump day. You can see behind me on the floor we've got this new matte black NS movement frame and a load of goodies, which I'm going to show you now, to build up this beast. So we're going to spice it up with, as you can see, a load of pink goodies from Spank. Pink stem, the pink decals on the rims as well, and the pedals, which are going to add a bit of spice to this otherwise mean looking build. Something a bit different. It's going to be pretty cool, eh? We've got the matte grey SR Suntour Duralux forks set down to 100mm. To add even more excitement to today's build, we've of course got the British weather. It's quite sunny right now, but apparently in 2 hours it's going to tip it down with rain. So we're going to attempt the world's fastest full bike build, 1 hour, then that leaves us 1 hour to go and shred the dirt jumps up in the garden. So I guess, let's get cracking. Okay, so start the timer. First thing I'm going to put in is the Saint bottom bracket. I've got one spacer here in the drive side, so we're going to screw that in. That's an opposite thread. I use the Saint cranks on my downhill bike and dirt jump bike because they're pretty strong and sturdy. They're made for downhill, so they shouldn't break because there's actually a lot of force that goes through a dirt jump bike, so they have to be real strong because there's no suspension on the back. So this is actually the matte black NS movement frame. It's top quality dirt jump frame, hardtail, single speed, one brake. Going to be super simple, perfect dirt jump pump track bike. We've actually also got the satin InvisiFrame wrap on there to keep it protected as well. I like to put that on all my bikes just before I even build them. That way it keeps them protected on bike racks and crashes, and just where your foot rubs it off. Keeps your frame looking brand new forever. So we're going for the pink Spank Uzi pedals here. These are awesome lightweight pedal and come in loads of crazy colours. So we've gone for the pink this time. I've always wanted to use pink stuff, but I've never found the right bike. Oh, there's first Allen key drop of the build. That is not going to be good for our time. Yeah, nice long pins, perfect for a big shinning, just like that one. That came from an Uzi pedal. 34 tooth chainring, that's the smallest you can get on a Saint. And then we're going with a 14 tooth rear cog. And yeah, that should be a pretty good gear. Nice. All the Shimano stuff comes pre-lubed up, so it actually makes it super easy to whack in there. Yes, look at that, easy. Screw in the fancy little gold end cap. I think that doesn't really need to be too tight, it just sort of holds it in, and then these ones you have to do up real tight. Right, good start. We've got the cranks on. 8 minutes in, and already some blood coming out my hands. So, next, let's put the forks in, because that's the next difficult thing to do. With the old plumbing tool, actually such a good tool for cutting down these and handlebars as well. Gives you a perfectly straight cut every time, and really cheap as well. Just realised they've InvisiFramed my forks as well. The coolest thing about InvisiFrame as well, which I didn't tell you, is that if you get a scratch in it, actually, you just put it out in the sun, or you can pour boiling water on it and rub it, and it kind of heals itself. It's self-healing. So yeah, even if you do get a scratch, it doesn't matter because it will literally melt away. It's really cool. Ding! Done. Yeah. Sadly, I've somehow lost my hammer and we just don't have time to find it right now, so I'm going to use the floor. But because the tool's so good, I reckon that is going to be perfectly straight. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm never using the hammer again. Quick bit of grease in there. And in there. Alright, perfect, nice and smooth. What are we in, 25 minutes in now? Alright, we best hurry up. So some bikes, I like to go for a carbon seat post, like probably just my downhill bike actually, or like free-riding bikes, but sometimes you slip your pedal on the dirt jump bike, and I've actually snapped quite a few carbon seat posts by doing that. So we're going for an alloy one on this one, so it's a bit stronger. So this is my signature Spank saddle, the Sniff. It's got some good grip on top there for seat bounces and for Supermans and stuff like that. Super strong rails, so if you do slip your pedals, it's not the end of the world. And it's called a Sniff because when we were developing it, I was testing it, did some big Supermans at Darkfest, and my nose was right there doing the Superman, and it looked funny, so we called it the Sniff. And that's what it is. It's actually a great seat. I put it on pretty much all my bikes, and it's perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Hopefully you guys saw that. Wheels and tires. We're going for these super smooth, super light Kenda 360 dirt jump tire, perfect for dirt jumps, pump tracks, skate parks, and we're putting them on the Spank Race 33 wheels, 26-inch front and rear. They come like this with sort of silver decals on the side, but you can also get all the different colours you could ever imagine. So we've gone for pink on this build, and it's going to look super cool. I always try and line the tyre up with the rim decals as well, because that looks better. There we go, one done. So some top tips of putting a tyre on. If your inner tube's completely flat, I'd give it a couple pumps, just to give it like a little bit of shape. No pressure, but just shape like that, so it sits inside the rim a little bit better, and it's less likely that you're going to pinch it when you put the tyre back on. Give it a little jiggle to make sure it's sitting in nicely, and I actually find it easiest to start the opposite side of the valve. I'll show you why in a second. Try and push it in all the way around like that till you reach the part where it's too tight to do anymore. Make sure it's sitting real nicely in there, because that can make it a lot easier. And actually, looks like this one might even just pop on by hand. But then the reason why I finish at the valve is because you can push it out a little bit, just to create that little bit of space for the tyre lever to go into, so that you don't pinch your tube under there and get a flat before you've even begun. There you go, and pop it back down, and hopefully we're in with no punctures. Back wheel in, starting to get a vibe of what it's going to look like, and it's pretty cool, isn't it? Whilst we're on the wheels, let's finish off with the stickers. So it comes in a pack like that, but as you can see, you can get it in all sorts of colours. Or a raster would have been quite cool, actually. Pinks, purples, blues, green, gold. But yeah, nice shiny pink today. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to finish off these wheels. There you go, you simply stick it over the graphics. Look at that, easy as that. 5 more to go. So you may have noticed this whole time I've been wearing these new bone conducting headphones from today's video sponsor, Shokz. What's really cool about them is that they don't actually go in your ear, they just sit on top, and they use vibrations through your bone to play the music in your ear. It's actually really weird to start with, but you get used to it, and I think it's great because you can hear stuff like CAs talking in the background, you can still listen to your music, or when you're out on a ride, you can still hear cars, so it's actually a massive safety point, which I think is cool. CA's actually had some for a couple of years, you literally wear them every day, don't you?
I've actually worn them this morning to drive over and completely forgot to take them off.
There you go. You're just listening all day to music and not actually listening to me.
Yeah.
My favourite feature about the upgraded Open Swim Pros is the fact they're actually waterproof down to 2 meters, so you can actually swim with them and listen to music or podcast underwater like you're Harry Potter in the prefect's bathroom or something. There's 32 gigabytes of internal storage, so you can upload your songs onto that and obviously swim as far as you want, so you don't need to be tied down within Bluetooth range of your phone. Obviously they've been great here in the garage for the bike build, but the real test is going to be out on the trails. Let's see if they stay on and see if they work whilst riding the jumps. But before we do any of that, we're going to have to finish off this bike, aren't we? So back to the build. Right, bars on next. We've got the Spank Spike Vibracore 800. These are my absolute favourite bars. I've had them on every single bike that I've had for about probably 5 years, and I've never ever broken a set on any bike in 5 years. And I actually don't know if I've even bent one single set, maybe once, but I mean, that's definitely a testament. It's filled with the Vibracore foam in the middle, so when you have those heavy landings and little vibrations, it actually takes the vibrations away out of your hand, so it helps with arm pump, helps with impacts, comes in a load of different heights. This is a 50mm rise on, because on a dirt jump bike, I like to stand up a little bit more and have the weight a little more central, whereas on my downhill and enduro bikes, I use the 30mm rise, I think, so it brings your weight forward a little bit into a bit more of a racy position. But yeah, 50mm rise on the dirt jump bike, same as always, and I'm going to cut them down. We've got these handy little markers, so you can cut off exactly how much you want. They come as 800 width, so I'm going to cut 20mm off each side, which makes them 760, I think. Basically, the bigger your bars are, probably the more control you have, but the smaller they are, the more agile they are, and better for bar spins, I think. So because this is a trick machine, we're going for a bar spin setting of 760. All right, on the bars go. To the pink split 33 stem. Yes, that means it's a 33mm reach. That's the shortest one they make. I like it nice and short. It helps with bar spins. And again, puts your weight a bit more upright, which I find easier for tricks and 360s and stuff like that. And they've got these handy markings as well, so you can make sure you line it up perfectly central and get your back sweep the same on every bike, which I find really handy. There we go. Tighten them up nice and evenly. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, brake lever on next. We've got this Shimano XTR, super lightweight and pimp brake. Just single piston, that's all we need for a dirt jump bike. With a 160 rotor on the back, because you don't really need anything bigger. That one's smaller, lighter, stays out the way, less likely to get bent or to stab into your leg or something, because we're never going to do a run long enough where it's going to overheat. So 160mm rotor, nice and small, is all we need. Okay, that goes up the inside here. As you said, CA, no internal routing on this bike, just these super simple cable ties, which I actually love. So the Shimano brakes come super simple actually, so you can, if you need to, route them through the frame, then you literally just plug them in there and do it up. There we go, crash that olive in there, pop the rubber bit on, beautiful. Grips on next, just some simple black ones. They might make some pink ones, I'm not sure, but we haven't got any of those, so just nice mean black ones today. It's literally just a chain left, isn't it? And some cable ties. Then we've got to do it all up. What time are we on? Ooh, 47 minutes. Well on time. We've got this weird Shimano single speed chain, which is kind of like a strange grey colour, but I thought it would match the forks, which it kind of does. Pink one would have been good, wouldn't it? But couldn't find one. So this one's going to have to do. We're going to have to make it the right length first of all. So to tighten up a single speed chain, I always push the wheel over to the left hand side in the frame, do up the left bolt at the back, left hand side nice and tight. Then I push the wheel over to the right, stretching the chain back, and then you can do up this side. And then the chain is nice and tight, so it doesn't rattle around, doesn't ping, and it keeps your chain, it keeps your cranks pretty tight as well, for the no-foot sort of tail whips and tricks like that. Okay, we're going to pump the tyres up to, I think about 50 psi is pretty good for dirt jumps. Obviously real hard because you don't want any of that tyre flex and you don't really need much grip, to be honest. So yeah, some guys like to run it even harder than that, especially if they ride skate parks or really tight dirt jumps. Helps you roll nice and fast as well. I quite like the chain actually. Sort of balances the silver out the front and the back, doesn't it? A few little cable ties, feels about right. We can always adjust it later. All right, there we go. Probably the world's fastest full bike build. 56 minutes, everyone. So we've got a few minutes to go outside and look at how beautiful it is on the grass. Right, let's start off with that. All right, there we go. What an absolute beauty, especially out in the sun. Hopefully it lasts longer than the hour forecasted. But I added a few extra little finishing bits. GoPro sticker, pink eye sticker obviously, because it's kind of like a pink eye signature bike almost. And I found these little special pink valve caps as well to really finish it off. And that is a wicked bike. I love it. What do you guys think? Pink the right choice, or should we have maybe gone for blue? Blue is the other one, bronze. I'm happy with pink, I think it looks cool. Gonna do a few laps of the trails. Hopefully the trails are running good, hopefully the bike's running good. We'll do a few laps, get used to the bike a little bit and see what happens. See how much time we got before the rain comes. Almost forgot. Let's press play. Off we go.
All the bolts set up tightly. No handlebar movement.
We got first run 360 in, so It's a good start. Oh. Oh. Actually boiling out here, and I totally forgot, I've just got some nice drum and bass playing along in the background. These headphones are awesome and I think they're great. They're available now, £169 only from Shokz UK, Amazon, Harrods, John Lewis, and I think loads of other places. There's a link in below, so make sure you check it out, and I recommend them. Few tricks. Oh, keep it going. Sketchy. Wowee! Held on to that one. So fun doing all the sketchy tricks back to back. Ooh. Right, pretty epic sesh actually. Seems like the rain's gone away, so we didn't really need to rush, but trails are running pretty cool. Still some things a bit weird and kicky here and there, so I need to do one more little scrape here and there on a couple takeoffs to make it perfect. But I've never hit this new ramp on a hardtail, so seems like the perfect opportunity for some big air. Let's see how it handles it. Somewhere around here should be good. I reckon it's going to be so much faster rolling than the big bikes, so I'm going to brake down into here. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it's fast. It's nice. It seems quite mellow compared to the rest of the jumps actually. It is definitely more of a downhill bike jump, but we can definitely do some tricks of that. Oh. There we go. Woo. Oh, nice. This jump's actually quite wild on that bike, just because of the run in and like the slick tyres on front and rear around that wet berm right now. Carrying speed, but it's pretty cool. And I quite want some redemption. Remember what happened last time I fronted this jump? But the ramp's different now. It's actually way bigger now, the jump. But I've got a smaller bike, so I think I got it. Let's see.
You got it.
Oh, I've said it now, so I kind of have to try it. Those are the rules. Right, ready? That was annoyingly close.
So close.
And I don't really know, I don't really feel like that was fair, that crash. It was high, wasn't it?
Very high.
Okay, let's try that again before my ankle hurts. Bit of a shame just ploughing a brand new bike into the floor, isn't it? But it is what it's for. And as I said earlier, the bar's super strong. It just spun the stem a bit, so we just tighten it back up again, make it straight and let it rip again. Ah, yes! Ah, yes! That was so close to the same thing happening again.
That's such a sick one to roll out
That
from.
was a proper, I was like manual lander. Oh, that's good, because that really hurt my ankle, that first one. My bad ankle. But pretty cool. Oh, might have a sit down, see if the ankle gets better.